With coordination of ShockDogInc.com and Social Media Doom Caves, this is Creek Feet. And talking too much is Adam Triplett. Let's talk about it. Okay, vlog number 2, several months later. Part of the reason it was several months later is because I kept re-recording my script for vlog number 2, podcast number 2, and then coming up with new ideas, or fundamentally changing the way I was working on stuff. I'm just going to hit it off the cuff today. Quick edits, quick flow. Hopefully the camera's in focus, because I'm going to hopefully do this in one take. Time keeps on slipping. I am redoing my website, and if you haven't been, ShockDogInc.com. This is where art making is, web designer and printmaker, martial artist, general crafty boy, that kind of thing. So if you're shopping for Christmas and you're looking for some prints, we've got some prints. Hopefully you're in the Richmond area, because shipping is a whole thing. Time. I went to an estate sale today, and I'm not going to say their name, but they were an artist, and the reason I went was mat board and frames and all sorts of great stuff that they were sharing with the community for little to no money. If you want to think about life, if you want to be humbled in your pursuit of art making and career, go root through other people's studios. It reminded me of a lot of things. One of the things I felt right away was envy. This person had a big, beautiful, well-built studio, and just hundreds of works. And I immediately thought of how many months I've been re-recording this podcast and re-recording music and making initial sketches. But where's the time to make the final sketch? In between my full-time job, in between my family in the holidays, and my loved ones that I should be thanking my lucky stars for. I just want to sit in a room and make stuff. Partially yes. And partially I know that without them I would have nothing to make artwork about. So I think that's pretty interesting. I also felt gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunity to see their life, gratitude for the opportunity to appreciate my life, that we're both makers, we're part of some sort of family network kind of thing, outside of time and space. We're all trying to make this thing beautiful. And I also acknowledge that part of the reason they have made more stuff than me is choice. I chose to work more hours. I chose to make sure that my bills were on time, and maybe they chose to make stuff, and maybe their bills are weird, and maybe they have to pay debts with an estate sale. It is a choice. And one thing's for sure, that anybody trying to make it work in this time period, there's no capitalist support structure in America for the artist. There's no way for the person just trying to make stuff pretty and make up new ideas and make up the flavor of what we're doing here. We all have side hustles or benefactors, special ways to make this work. So support your family artist. Stop making fun of them. Is that what this is? Is this a defensive thing? When I think about the success that this artist had, I think about timing. And isn't timing and success sometimes just discipline meeting luck, discipline meeting opportunity? How many disciplined people just draw and sketch and make stuff, and it doesn't mean that they're the next Picasso, And is that okay? Is Picasso the goal? That's still one of my things. I wanted to bring in just a quote by Tyler, the Creator. This week, he was talking, Pigs and Plans is the group that I follow on Instagram, and so flogging good. Tyler, in 2012, would say stuff about gratitude, and he said he's so grateful for everything. A year and 5 months ago, I was broke. Life rules. I have an air hockey table! ! That's edited because he was dropping some salty talk. And first of all, Tyler, your music's great. You bring it all the time. So thank you for your success. And thank you for showing us gratitude. There's other posts where he talks about being broke and living off of, possible, gray area moral means, stealing stuff to live, that means it was hard. That means it worked out. And that also means that he kept going back to creativity rather than staying in gray means or only caring about career. He's an inspiration, and a fun dude. So, I guess that's what I'm trying to get at, is that all that can be true at the exact same time. You can want something like Tyler's life. You can want something that seems physically easier, but he makes it clear it's not easier. The bar moves. You become obsessed with awards or recognition or a new swimming pool, whatever it is. I don't know what that life is like, but he makes it clear that he doesn't feel just like at peace. But also, if you don't have to worry about your bills and you're set, I think a lot of people would choose a little bit of that comfort as well. Depending on what family event we're going to, my family, the people I love, say I should be proud because I put myself through school and I paid my bills, and I always worked part-time jobs and all of that stuff in between full-time student, put myself through there and do all that stuff. And then depending on the meal, depending on the bills, they say I should kiss their feet or I should show gratitude because I studied abroad. Yeah, part of me remembers paying bills on that for 10 plus years after that, putting it on a credit card. This was the heyday aughts where anybody could get a credit card at 25% interest. Pay this thing down because you only live once. And I go to Florence and I spend 4 months just painting. People are like, how was Europe? I spent more time inside of a studio by myself, but the light in Florence was just different. It was yellow and terracotta and bright. We're closer to the equator. I'm just blown away by the light around me. And so I sit there and I paint and I sketch and I paint and I sketch. And that's what I thought being a professional artist was. I hadn't graduated school yet. So I thought, this is it. I'm going to do this full time for a career. I'm going to just keep putting in the hours and then get discovered. But the bottom line is that most of us are just going to be super grateful for the opportunity to make the stuff and see the beauty, and that's true now. If you don't buy my stuff, if you don't follow me and meet me at a gallery and all of that stuff, if I'm just allowed to just do this with the hour I have free time, that's fortunate. I will say what I used to do as a 20-something was work that full-time job, pay for a full-time art studio in a rundown building, and then paint until I fell asleep sitting up. I literally had a pillow and I'd sleep on the floor of my dirty, dusty studio space. That is also incorrect, because I hate to figure out how much shorter my life's going to be when I just didn't get good sleep for 20 plus years, worrying about what little time I had. Make sure to make that next body of work, get discovered, whatever that is. Kid, go to bed. You will have so many less years on this earth if you can't go to bed, and you can't eat right, and you can't just drink water. So I think these contemporary memes of just learning to take care of your body are such a big deal. And loving your family and loving the people that support you, but also being true to your own story. I think we might both be true on that. I think I should be grateful, because if I was alone, I probably couldn't have studied abroad. But I also think I put in a lot of my own blood, sweat, and muscle into this thing, So maybe I've had it easier than a lot of folks, and maybe I've had it tougher. I think that's what they would call a middle-class person. So one of the things I learned in therapy was, if you're starting to have like a misery competition with the world, you will never be the winner, and nobody else will either. So anytime somebody tells me how I've offended them or gone out of my way to not support them as they supported me, I want to listen as well. So it's a tough world out there to be an honest, open, empathetic folk. So keep trying. Me too. We're still trying to evolve as people to figure out, how do you be successful and comfortable and then give back to people that don't have that, and share and be a human celebrator and a maker and support yourself, but also support all those other people who are also trying to make beautiful stuff, and they're full of good ideas. So you can be envious, you can have grind, and you can keep putting it out there, and you can also have gratitude and hope that with enough reading and religion and community and loved ones, that we are going to find that balance. So I'm feeling humbled, and I think I'm going to spend a lot of today making art, because I've been working those holiday shopping hours, trying to help other people have a good Christmas, and I need to make sure to make some of those pictures and call your mamas, see how they're doing. That's important too. All right, it can all be true. I hope if you're making art or you're reading and writing, that this is a little bit of balm for you. Follow Tyler the Creator on their page. Follow me on my pages. Let's see, Pardon Me 61 is my Instagram. I don't know why. It should just be my name. Adam Triplett, Shock Dog Inc. Check out the site. Thanks so much for listening to my little vlog journal here. And thanks for appreciating content that hasn't been edited for 30 plus hours. Because I am time broke and humble. Okay? All right. Happy holidays, y'all.